This week webcast, what's kind of cool? Why can't more food be in the cafeteria? Sports, upcoming events, and the announcements. This is the Trojan Demand. Shh.
Liliana Williams, and here is what is happening at Magee High School. Magee High School is involved in something called Common Core. These words are very familiar to teachers, but what do they mean to the students? Shaquille Baber sat down with Miss Welch, an English teacher at Magee High, and asked her a few questions.
Shaquille Baber, and this is the Trojan Demand. We're sitting down with Mrs. Welch to see what is Common Core. Good evening, Ms. Welch.
Good evening.
What is Common Core?
Common Core is the new curriculum requirements that the state has adopted that we will be implementing in the next year.
What are the educational standards?
The standards are that we will be making sure that students are more read in non-fiction texts than previously in the past, and that they can analyze these non-fiction texts across the curriculum, and that they learn that all the classes adopt these standards across the curriculum.
Why do we need those educational standards?
So that our students are more well-rounded and can understand non-fiction text and know what they're reading, and they can research better and learn better in their research.
That's great. What is the Common Core curriculum mapping Magee High School project?
We are working towards being prepared for the full implementation of Common Core in 13-14 by planning and mapping our units for the curriculum for each grade level, for each of the basic subjects: English, history, science, and math.
Should the maps be taught in sequential order?
We had some issues with that here, trying to understand ourselves how Common Core should be taught. And we believe that it does not have to be taught in sequential or chronological order the same time across the disciplines, across the classes, that as long as they're taught, we teach the same themes or main ideas and how to analyze text to understand those themes, and it doesn't matter what order we do it.
Okay, that's very great. Can I make a copy of the maps to share?
Sure, when we get them all finished, we will have those available so that everyone can use them and share.
This has been, we would like to thank Mrs. Welch, and this has been the Trojan Demand.
Everyone at Magee High knows that if you are bringing any outside food into the cafeteria, it better not show any restaurant markings. We talked to Ms. Grubbs, the cafeteria manager at Magee High, to give us the inside scoop.
Why can't we have marked items in the cafeteria?
Well, it's against the regulation of the USDA standards that you cannot bring any food item in the cafeteria. They're advertising Popeye, McDonald's. You can have a plate that comes from Piggy Wiggy, but it needs to be in a covered plate that not labeled saying that it's from Piggy Wiggy. You cannot bring chicken in and got its label. Any label that is outside of the cafeteria, you cannot bring it in. Even the Cokes, you can't put.
Basketball season's here and getting into the full swing. The Trojans are balling with the best. Last Saturday, Lady Trojans took on PCS at the Stringer Classic in Stringer, Mississippi. The first quarter was uneventful as the Bobcats shot ahead of the Trojans. The third quarter showed some improvement. The second half of the game was a blitz on the other team. The Trojans pushed their way back and almost had the win, but fell just short. The final score was 41-59. Next up, the Petal Classic basketball tournament on Tuesday. Petal's Lady Panthers were defeated by the Lady Trojans 59-54. The Trojan boys were not as lucky against the Panthers with a score of Petal 53, Trojans 32. For the full game Stringer game, go to sun.k12.ms.us/Magee High or Google Magee High School, Simpson, and click on Trojan TV. Here's Shaquille Baber with next week's announcement.
The Page Turner Magee High School Book Club will be meeting December 13, 2012 from 5 to 6 p.m. and will be discussing Kill Order by James Dashner. If you or someone you know is in need of food, see Miss Parker, Miss Blackwell, Miss Russell, Miss Glisson, and or Mr. Huffman. There will be no questions asked and is open to Magee High students and families. Runoffs for Who's Who's will be on Thursday, the 15th of November. Finally, the Thanksgiving break will be November the 19th through the 23rd. In weather, this weekend we will see high of low 70s and low of 50s. There is potential for heavy rain on Monday with a high of 69 and a low of 38. The rest of the week should be clear with temperatures in the highs of 50s and 60s and a low in the high 30s. We love our viewers. Viewers are welcome to send messages in to rank, complain, praise, or inform about pretty much whatever they want. If we like what you have to say, we'll put your comments on the air. If you've got something to say, send your comments to @MageeHighSchool@gmail.com with the subject line Demand Contents.
The subject line Demand Comments. Now it is time for us to discuss opinions on a problem that we have at our school. I thought that a big deal for us would be lockers. Lockers are an essential need for students. Students have heavy backpacks and some even carry instruments or even sports sacks. So if their backpacks are in a locker, they don't have so much stuff to carry. Then their backpacks won't hurt and they won't have back problems. Please consider my opinion. If you have an opinion also or a comment, please send an email to @mhsmedia@gmail.com. Thank you for your time and have a good day. That's all for this week. Stay tuned every week for your news, sports, and announcements. The show schedule will updated monthly and listen to on Magee High website and on the Play On video portal. You can find a transcript of the broadcast on the Trojan Media website under Clubs and Organizations on MHS website. This has been the Trojan Demand. I'm Liliana Williams for Squirrel Baber. It's been fun, and remember, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.